Hey everybody, and thank you so much for joining me here today on Blind Whiskey Reviews, the most honest reviews on YouTube. As always, if you haven't already, don't forget, hit that subscribe button down below so you know every time I'm posting a new video and every time I'm starting a new live stream. Today we're doing another quick sample review, so for those of you who haven't joined us on one of these before, we're doing a very quick review of some sample bottles that I have over here. I have 24 samples in front of me, and they're made up of whiskeys that were provided to the channel by distilleries, whiskeys that were given to me by friends out there in the whiskey world, and most of them are whiskeys that I've already reviewed on the channel, and I bottled it about 3 to 4 months after the bottle was opened, so we can kind of see how that bottle's doing and if it's tasting better than it did when we first opened it. So, without further ado, let's get to it. I've already queued up the random number generator here. Let me see if I can get this thing to start. So we're going to have this thing randomly generate a number. And we've got sample number 17. If you can see that, 17. So, there's 12 bottles here. That's 16. That would make it this bottle. We'll turn our head away a little bit, cover up the label, pour ourselves a little whiskey. That should be good. And we'll put it back in its slot. All right. Interesting nose. It's got a weird hint of something that I feel like I've reviewed before. So I'm going to guess that this is a whiskey that I've already reviewed. So if it is, I will link it right here. If you want to see the original review of this whiskey, and if this is in fact a whiskey I've reviewed before, it'll be linked up here in the corner. Just right on the nose, it reminds me of I haven't even touched this whiskey in a long time. But it reminds me of the Maker's Mark Cask Strength whiskey that we reviewed. Got a pretty dark color on it. Yeah, I don't know. It definitely tastes different than I remember that Maker's Mark whiskey tasting, so maybe this isn't that, or maybe it's just changed over time. Not a lot going on here though. Little sweetness, a little bit of brown sugar, caramel, dark fruit, maybe like a cherry. It's got almost like a strange peppery quality to it. So this one's definitely throwing me off. The Maker's Mark that I didn't review definitely did not have a peppery character to it. So maybe we were off on that first guess there. This one's just throwing me off. It tastes different. Proof-wise, I mean, this feels like it's maybe in the 100 proof range-ish. I'm just really getting thrown by these flavors. They're different. And there's definitely a little bit of sweetness there, but it's definitely overwhelmed by this peppery character. Yeah, there's not a ton going on here. Like I said, there's just a hint of sweetness, little small characters that come in. None of them really present themselves. None of them are really bold, big. There's this kind of predominant pepper character that I'm getting towards that you're left lingering in your mouth afterwards. It's not bad, but I mean, it's not blowing my mind. I'm going to give it and again, caveat, this is a quick sample review. You've watched me. I've spent all of 2 or 3 minutes with this whiskey, so take my ratings here with a grain of salt. But I'm going to give it 73. It's all right. It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not overly complex. The flavors aren't doing it for me. The balance of these flavors aren't doing it for me. So let's see what it is. This is the Hillrock Estate Double Cask Rye. Interesting. So this sample was provided to the channel by the distillery. It's 45% ABV, which yeah, I could see that. I thought it was a little bit higher because it had a little bit more of a sharper burn on the tongue. But I'll accept that 45%. It's definitely predominantly got this very strong pepper character. And for being a double cask, I don't know what the casks are, but it just doesn't, there's not much woody character there at first taste. And again, take this with a grain of salt. I haven't had a lot of time to spend with this whiskey. It got poured in the glass and has been sitting there for a couple of minutes. So I'll circle back with this one myself at some point and maybe post on Instagram what I think about it. But that's my review. If you've tried the Hillrock Double Cask Rye, let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at blind_reviews. You can send me an email at blindwhiskeyreviews@gmail.com. And until next time, cheers.